Hello, and welcome back to another episode of What the Clams. As always, I am Clams, and today we're doing a reshoot with my good buddy Gil here.
Yo, what up?
Because last time, as you caught on a couple of my posts and shorts and shit like that, we had that kick-ass conversation, dude. And then I really, like we were just saying, I think I corrupted it by leaving the Wi-Fi connection. It didn't get to upload, so I think I corrupted the file. But unfortunately, it is what it is, and we're back at it. Just gonna give it another go. One thing, because like last time I wasn't like super, I didn't have a lot of direction of which way I wanted to go.
Yeah.
This time I definitely want to start off with promoting your art, man.
Okay. Yeah. My name is Gil, the guy, real fake spy guy. I make art, paintings, and go by Lord the Green Man. I make beats and stuff. Make music. I'm in a band called Swordfish Perfume. And then I help out with the Punk Alliance of Walla Walla that my buddy Strummer here is part of. But yeah, no, definitely an artist first is my first love. Art has never let me down. Yeah. Art is definitely what I feel like I'm here for.
Yeah, dude. And that's like the whole thing. Like I was telling you before last time, is like the reason I want to do the podcast is not necessarily like I do talk a lot of like recovery and shit like that. But the biggest thing for me is getting to bring guys like bring the homies on, have a platform to help promote other things.
Yeah.
Your art, the music, fucking Blackout, dude. Like there's all things I want to get. I'd like to have Dylan come on so we can do one with Swordfish Perfume. You know what I mean? Just I want to do things like that, promote other bands, promote the stuff, man, because it's cool.
Yeah.
I know last time, so I'm gonna I'm trying to like paraphrase in my head, like back to what we kind of talked about. Because I know like with the whole one of the things we did share was when my mom passed away. So we both went through the loss of like one of our parents. You know what I mean? And then we were kind of talking about like addiction and shit like that. Because I think that's one for me too. I was actually just kind of going over this with my wife again. And since I've been able to step back from it and look at it from like an outside perspective in a sense, I realize where a lot of like the mental block is coming from. Because I still have like these areas of my life that it's gone. Like that, there's like 4 years it doesn't exist. I know where a lot of it stems from too is like when my grandma passed away because I always have like a mental turmoil with myself because so many things were happening at once. I didn't know if I was doing the right things, wrong things, and then my actions were leading to other actions. And then like my family like kind of being like, hey, this is your fault. They weren't necessarily like they weren't there to see what was happening. I was still at fault for some of these things.
Yeah.
But like there were so many things happening. I get where my brain like just kind of shut off, dude.
Yeah.
So that's what I wanted to bring up is like, did you ever really feel like you went through points like that too, or like shit started like disconnecting?
Or definitely disassociating, so I didn't have to deal with what's going on. I think about right now that I'm not an addict and that now I have to occupy my time. Definitely, I still have those tendencies with just like doing like art or working. Like, I'll get lost, but I sometimes can't just leave it at home. I'm like at the store and I'm still thinking about like different, all different art. I mean, and honestly, I don't know, probably like ADD or something, but just like 20 things at once. Like, oh yeah, I got to do this, and then, but yeah, this is making this happen. It's like, oh, why is this machine working?
Yeah,
I'm just trying to order Taco Bell.
Yeah. I did the same shit where it's like you start overloading your brain because it's like you bounce from one thing to another thing to another thing, and you get lost on what you even were trying to do.
Yeah.
Like how often do you go to the fucking store? And that's what they want you to do. Like you go to Walmart to get a gallon of milk, and you come out that motherfucker with a shopping cart and no milk.
Dude, no, I went to the store today and I forgot my EBT card, bro.
Oh my god, I hate that shit.
All the way across town to Walmart.
I've fucking done that shit, dude. Or like you get in there and like for whatever reason there's like a block on the card.
Yeah.
Dude, that happened to me in Vegas. That was a fucking worst shit. Like my card, I forgot to. I worked for a fucking credit card company for a bit. I know you need to call ahead if you're making distance travels and be like, hey, this isn't fraud. It's actually me. I'm gonna be going through these areas. They fucking flagged it, dude. It was like 4 a.m. or some shit. I'm at like a White Castle. I stood in line for like an hour and a half. Finally get up there and my car won't go through it. I was so pissed, dude. That shit sucks.
No, I definitely haven't had that happen to me, but that's scary. I better make sure not to do that.
But no, man. So like going back to like the art and stuff like that. So when I did talk about it and like some of the other posts and stuff like that, what I want to do is I want to get some of the hot links to put into this, so that way, like especially like to YouTube and stuff like that, when people go to it that they can actually get to your stuff, because I'm gonna throw like links in the description
Yeah,
so that way they
man.
can get to your Instagram and
Yeah, and then blackouts too.
yeah,
Yeah, no, definitely, yeah. A lot of the, I mean, talking about recovery, I think like right when I got out of rehab, that was the first thing they tell you is to occupy, do something,
yeah,
keep your mind occupied. And
yeah,
like at that, right as I got out, I had already been drawing and stuff, and I went to like art classes in high school because they were getting me ready to go to college. I didn't do that. I dropped out. Went to When I came out, I was like, okay, well, my dad bought me this pack of like acrylic paints and stuff, and I started experimenting a little bit, but that wasn't when I hit. It
yeah,
was just like, oh, this could be a thing. But then I got my first real job at Marcy's, and that was like I was like standing there for hours at night looking at IDs. So I started bringing these little black sketchbooks, and that really like talk about like having a job and occupying your time was really, it was like the first time I actually started. I mean, I'd done it before, but not to the extent where I have like boxes full there inside of all the sketchbooks that I kept from Marcy's. I worked there from 2016 to 2019,
yeah,
right before the pandemic. But that was like honestly my art school. I learned how to perspective and drawing from life, and like more than it's like, I mean, there was an art class where I learned painting, but drawing and drafting was all learning what and like kind of maturing as an artist. I was also making music at the same time.
yeah,
So as that's going on, because like yeah, when I first started doing art, it was like doubled as a sketchbook and rhyme book.
yeah, yeah,
Because I had like, oh yeah, and I was like started making, like, this is around the time that iPhones and stuff were just introduced to musicians. Like you could use this to make music.
yeah,
You could use, and so I was like all about it. I was like trying to figure out how to sample and make all these things on my phone. And there wasn't like YouTube like there is now of videos of how to do it.
yeah,
But I never felt like it was good enough because it was made on a phone and stuff. So I kind of didn't take it as seriously as drawing. And then like I just, yeah, man. I think also the connections of working at Marcy's downtown, people can afford having a piece of art on their wall and they can
yeah,
pay for it. And
yeah,
when someone told me, "Hey, will you paint me?" I made this self-portrait of myself. This is where I think I would say my career kicked off. I had made a bunch of paintings. I got this acrylic set, and then I made this self-portrait, and it said "fake artist" on the glasses because I wore glasses, and it was like I tried to be hyper realistic. I did it like took forever, and that day I posted it, and it probably still had, I don't know how many. I mean, there's like few show flyers that cracked 100, but
yeah,
that was the first one that got close, and I first got that like social media high. I was like,
yeah,
shit, you like that? You
yeah,
like that kind of
yeah, yeah,
art? And so I like, started like doing more. And as I was I didn't, it only took one painting. As I was doing more, I got a message from my coworker saying, could you paint me a portrait of Kurt Vonnegut in the same style? This was on paper. So this is now I got to do it on canvas. I did not know what I was doing. Like now looking back, I would have done it different, but
yeah.
I did it. I did. I grabbed it and I did it the same way. And that kicked it off. Then word of mouth, like, oh, there's this guy named Gil. He makes these paintings. He's really good at portraits. Help me out for a good minute.
Fucking A, dude. 'Cause I mean, I always love seeing your stuff when you post it, dude, because it's kick ass.
Yeah.
You got your own thing going on.
Thank you, man.
And like, okay, I remember we were talking about last time. So you brought up the iPhone thing. So with me going in, I'm studying for sociology because I want to be an addiction counselor, but I don't want to just do like the psychiatry side. Like, I feel like it's really, really common. You need to have that skill regardless in that if you're going to help. But I like looking at the sociology aspect of it, of like all these different factors that cause it. One of the things we were talking about last time was how we're in the middle of an advancement right now.
Yeah,
and
no,
how it's going to change. Yeah.
To me, the iPhone is the singularity of that time.
Yeah.
That's when you change from you. I grew up when you had to have a TV, you had a game. I didn't really game, but you had game systems, and you had. See, I didn't know about this world, but like beat making or whatever, or music. Music was all. I was in bands back then, so you had to be in all this stuff.
Yeah,
and listening to music.
You had to have the, like in that aspect, you had to have all the gear, all the equipment. You had to have the fucking recording shit.
Yeah.
You had to have the computer to be able to fuck with it.
Or even listening to music. You have the CD player.
Yep.
You had to have the CDs. You couldn't. to me, the iPhone was like, boom, it all went in right in your hand.
Yeah, because remember we were talking about it went from like, it was so weird because you went from like the iPod Shuffle and Nano
Yeah,
to the Touch.
and that was its own thing too.
Yeah, and then you go to the Touch, and then within like I don't even know, like it was really fast. It felt like it went from the Touch to bam, you had an iPhone, and everything was now in the palm of your hands.
Yep.
And that like changed everything, dude. Because now you can call. You know what I mean? You can make a call. You can send a photo. You have your account. You have everything right
And it
there.
was like, and that's things like why I personally like. I know this is starting to sound like an ad for Apple, but fuck, I can have everything connected. I have a MacBook, but I need to utilize it more. But like, man, the iPad for me was the game changer. I made all the visuals, all the art on my iPad, and I could work so fast, like interchanging everything, and it really like game changed. Back then when I first started, talking about the changing time, I really struggled with having this old head mentality of like, oh, it has to be done this certain way.
Yeah.
But with like the iPhone and stuff was really when I was like, no, really you don't. And in a time of AI, honestly, it should just be good enough. People are favoring stuff way more rough and like.
Yeah. Because that's what we were getting at is that like right now I truly feel like we were talking about, so like the iPhone was like at that time for us, that was like the pinnacle, dude. That's what changed. It was revolutionary to where technology advanced. Well, now it's going even further, and I really want to see what happens and like how much is going to play into. Because, dude, how much shit do you have to question now?
Yeah, man. I mean, like
there's a lot of like, dude. There are some fucking systems out there that make really realistic either videos. My buddy just for fun, he makes music with it, right? With the new, I think it's like, I can't remember what the fuck the system's called, but he makes
Suno.
He does have, I don't know, it's like 5.0 that he's using though, and it's because I think you started at 3.5. That's like what the system was at the 3.5 update. Now it's at 5, and if you didn't know, you'd be like, "Oh, who's this band?" You know what I mean? Like you wouldn't know.
Yeah, that's scary.
Yeah. Fucking think of because like the before you could tell like, oh, that's an AI voice. It's getting even more realistic and like getting its own personality to it. That's what's weird.
As an artist, I don't really care for the the huge debates, but what makes me feel like I have to say something too is it's like, yeah, man, I truly am more of an AI skeptic. I don't really care for it. And every time that I've seen it used or something, it's always like, it never really, you always have to add to it or subtract stuff.
Yeah.
So for me, it's like, I already just do that as an artist. And I feel like AI so for me, art, what I like is the choices you have to make. Like, yeah, I'm making this traditional painting, but I'm gonna add modern things to it. Like, I don't know if but who knows? AI is definitely scary in that sense. And as an artist, like I do, back in my head, I'm like, fuck, man, it could just take our jobs. We could be to the point where we're tricked into think. To me, like when AI makes music is like almost like I make vaporwave, so I'm not trying to talk shit about it, but to me, vaporwave is like this fake idea of familiarity and it makes you feel good, it's like a nostalgic feeling, but it's really more of a vibe than it is music. Sometimes it's just ambience music, and that to me is like what AI could achieve that, but the fun it to me is making it.
It's actually doing it, and that's, I don't know, man, but I started like kind of getting blown away with the whole AI thing was when there's two things I found out is when they started doing like, they have like what the fuck is it, like I always mix them up. There's like the Grammys. I think that's like like all those awards.
Oh, the Grammy, Oscar, Emmys.
I don't fucking know which one it is. I don't keep up to date with that stuff. I don't know which one's which. But the one where like for movies, who the fuck that is? Oscars. They weren't gonna give out Oscars because of fucking like they have to like find out how much of a movie is AI. What the fuck?
Oh shit!
Yeah, like that started coming into like how they determine if a movie should be able to get it, get an Oscar and stuff.
I mean, I'm
That's
interested.
Crazy.
For someone Strummer's age or Ishii's age or a little younger, I mean, what they think of AI.
Yeah, dude.
Because to me, I mean, like, I'm Unk. I don't know. It's a very spicy subject, but like AI is like it's like definitely out there, and I think it's pretty dumb to think that it's gonna go away. Like I know there's a lot of artists that are like, no, I just ignore it and it'll go away. No, you either have to fight it or figure it out. Like I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm like I said, I'm a skeptic, and to me, it's always just been more of like. Yeah, I'm guilty of laughing at the memes. It's like it's insane world right now. It's like
the next thing I got to do was realizing how much it affects the ecosystem.
No, yeah.
And when they told me that, I was like, "You mean a fucking AI?" They're like, "It takes it takes like a bottle of water essentially,
I know,
like that much water
yeah.
to cool it, and they use fresh water." I'm like, what the
And
fuck?
then, just like the same time when I eat a hamburger, I'm like, bro, how many pigs or how many cows were killed to make this one hamburger of ground beef, bro?
Oh yeah, working at fucking Tyson, bro. It's
Oh
crazy.
shit, you worked at Tyson, dude,
Dude,
so you see it firsthand.
when you go through 4,800 halves of cattle, that's 24 fucking head of cattle a day.
Good. And
And that's
you
just what's
probably have.
hanging. That's not what they they killed and slaughtered that day. That's what's hanging in the coolers that we processed that day. When you go into these coolers and they've got like multiple of them, it's just racks and racks, and they slide across the ceiling. Dude, it's millions of
Sounds like a
pounds.
fucking horror movie.
Oh, dude, when you go over to the slaughter side, they have a river of blood. I'm not even fucking with you. It is a river of blood that goes through the middle of it. When they cut it open and they start bleeding it, it's got like a little trench about yay deep, and it goes right through the center of the fucking plant, and it's just blood, dude.
It probably changed your relationship with food, huh?
Dude, it definitely changed like how I viewed, especially when I started doing the bagging after work. I would do my normal job, and I would go to the bagging and packaging part to get some overtime. And then when I realized that these motherfuckers be taking like, you get like the bags that say like 100% organic or whatever, or not organic. I think it'd be organic, isn't it? They fucking say that shit, which makes no sense. They're fed organic food. The fuck it is, dude. If they run low, like they do have that meat that comes from that area.
Yeah,
They run low and they got like 60 bags that aren't filled. They're
This is
throwing whatever meat that they have in that bag.
this is reminiscent of the Hormel chili meat conspiracy.
Yeah,
Man.
dude.
Seriously, man.
Dude, it's crazy because like think about it though. If you're a multi-billion-dollar company, especially if you just work for this random company, are you gonna push back against the guy that's gonna fire
Right?
you and be
Dude,
like,
that's
"Hey, we don't
why.
have enough"?
Honestly, that's why Hormel has gotten away with it for so long because they really, they're really so big. They're too big to fail.
Yeah.
Like no one's gonna believe this small artist from Walla Walla.
Yeah.
Like there's a secret society. It's out. We know.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
It's so fucking wild thinking about a lot of the shit that like it's just conspiracy that a lot of this shit comes out later on. So we just sound, well, I'm fucking crazy, but
I won't lie, bro. I heard about that Epstein stuff. Like it's wild to think. Like when I was first getting onto the computer and like you type in conspiracy theory when it wasn't a bad word, I remember like, oh yeah, there's this island and all this and Pizzagate. And then it's kind of real. Like they were kind of right. There is an island. Like,
some of it, some parts are a little obscure.
yeah, like they were trying to make it a movie. They were trying to sell you this like, conspiracy.
My best friend, dude, fucking hobo. He was over and we were talking about. I was going over some paperwork with him, and we are just bullshitting. He was like, "Dude, have you read into some of these files?" And I'm like, "I have not taken the time to sit down." He goes, "Well, it's gonna take you for fucking ever."
I don't know. There's billions of pages,
dude. Yeah, he's like, "I've probably read like 200 pages myself, like read them," and he's like, "There's like fucking 3 million."
Full transparency, I haven't read them, but wouldn't be surprised if Hormel was in there.
Dude, the fucking names that are in it's mind-boggling to me how deep it goes, and it makes me totally believe, like, you know what I mean, all the crazy Illuminati conspiracy. That's what that is.
Yeah, triangle shit, dude.
These fucking baby-eating fucking. You ever see that one with she's like a politician in Mexico, and she comes out of this building and she's like crying and like freaking out and saying like they eat babies, and I've seen it.
Oh
like
shit, no.
They're monsters, and then she just the fuck appears. Like after that day, no one's seen her.
Life is almost just like a collection of just these wild scenes too.
The other conspiracy that kind of fucks with me, dude, is when they did that. What the fuck is it called? That collider, the super collider bullshit.
Oh, dude, yeah, the dude. That's like a god particle.
Yeah, where like it really starts making me question reality of like, did we get through a wormhole or something?
Bro, I accept it, bro. We're ones and zeros. That's just for me. It's like understanding the ones and zeros and why we are those.
It makes me really wonder though if like something like the Mandela effects, dude, really fuck with me. Like I know for a fact I saw that. Like that's not just a made up conspiracy in my head. Other people have seen it and they're like, I don't know, dude.
And then they say that your memories almost are just like blurry.
Yeah.
Blurry. So you're just making up information,
and then you're catching what other people say. So that's what
I'll be honest. When people are like, I could draw from memory, I'm like, holy shit, dude, you're crazy. I cannot. For the life of me, I put it like I don't know what's cheating, but like use references.
References and shit. Yeah.
Yeah, I take pictures. I'll take silly pictures of myself to gain. I used to have these little
Inspiration and
action
shit.
for my old job. I had these action figures that were really on my ass about like, oh, you need to learn lighting and you need to learn to put these figures up this certain way. And then,
Yeah, is it the little wooden fucking?
no, they were like little plastic little action figures, and I had these special lights that would like make I when I first got it, I put this little crucifix in there, and I use it for all my art, my music stuff now. I love it, but it just like lit. It was like you could light up little dioramas, like little movie scenes.
Yeah, and it's to get the different texture
Yeah,
and the
no, it's
lighting and distance. And, yeah.
especially art. Hey guys, art is to me, art is you're having a conversation with space,
Yeah.
and that's with color, with lines, and to me, when you break it down, I think everything should be broken down. Like to me, when I know a lot of the art that people look at, they see my very detailed stuff. Well, just know I'm blind. How I made that painting is squinting my eyes even more with my blind ass and just getting the outline it, and then just squeezing it down to the essence of it. Anyone could do this. Just like I think, and I truly believe anyone has one great story in them or one great album. It's in you.
Yeah.
You just gotta believe in yourself, bro. Like,
Yeah, well, like how you're saying too is like I honestly like when I worked at fucking Keystone, fucking
yeah,
RV,
he made RVs, dude.
with that fucking shit, it made me realize like all these things that like we, like people are like, oh, it's such a nice trailer, but knowing how it is made,
Oh, dude.
I'm like, this shit's made of fucking plastic and cardboard. You know what I mean? It's like Luon, like really thin ass.
Oh shit, yeah.
It's all just filler.
It's fake. It's all fake, bro. It's fake.
It's not made of shit. Like, yeah,
because,
you have
dude,
components.
it's just honestly, when they would say, don't judge a book by its cover. We were gaslit. We were lied to. You are judged by your cover.
Okay.
You are judged by even when what's behind it is not true. If you look like it, they're gonna say if you dress like a vamp, they're gonna think you're a devil worshiper. I don't think that Playboy Cardi is a devil worshiper, for the record. But I get it. It's cool too. It looks cool as an artist, dude.
Yeah.
When you have something like that, and when you understand like how religion has scared people, like something like that is dangerous. So,
yeah. Well, I mean, like when you get into like certain, like you're saying, like people are gonna judge people regardless. Mm-hmm. It's gonna happen because like you take somebody that's super religious, right, and like went to like a religious school, they work through the church and do all these specific things, and then you have someone that like is covered in tattoos. What they could be doing, it doesn't matter what they're doing. Like that person could be working for nonprofits and doing so much good things for the community. Yeah, but they're still gonna view that person as less than.
Bro, there's this. What is the name of the organization, Ishi, that Anthony is a part of? Well, there's an organization that helps artists from the prison here in Walla Walla. We will put it in the description.
The podcast?
No, but the people that I've met through there are some of they have been nicer to me than anyone I've even in my music scene.
It's fucking wild, dude. Yeah, because a lot of times too, people that are in like the most fucked situation,
yeah, bro,
because they get humbled by life.
Dude, life could come at you hard, quick, and in a hurry, man. And it's always good. Like, look, I know, like, I always hated this idea of making it. Honestly, artistically, I've made it, and I made it like a few years ago, and I fell flat in my face. I quit hard drugs, in 2012, but then I got a really good job and became an alcoholic, and I was like, at my good job, I thought I couldn't fail. I'm like, oh, yeah, and then boom, right in my fucking face, bro. Yeah. And then I had nothing, and so then I started, or I didn't start it. I got asked to join a band. I was like, well, if I don't do something, I'm gonna end up doing something even worse. Yeah. So I better just do something. So I joined the band, and honestly, still, it's like roller coasters, bro.
Yeah, dude, and that's for me, like too, like you're saying, like, I would just replace substance, dude. I started off with just smoking weed. Then I started drinking because everybody in my family drinks.
And honestly, I do believe, as someone who is who is nice to the green, is that it is a gateway drug.
In a sense, I mean, I honestly still think that alcohol's worse.
Oh, yeah, the combo of the both.
Oh, dude.
The combo of the both.
And I would get to a point where like I can't get a job if I'm smoking weed, so I'm just gonna do blow and Molly.
Shit.
Because in 72 hours I'll piss that out. I'll just push the fucking interview off for like a week and then I'll be good. What the fuck kind of mindset is that? And I would just go back and forth in this shit. Get a DUI didn't stop me. Just a lot of things that were bad that should have been like a hey. Wake the fuck up.
We go. Yeah.
Like,
hey, but also those false starts. I gotta say this: those false starts are really important.
Yeah.
Feeling a little bit guilty, you're gonna feel more guilty. But what got me better was like, yeah, acknowledging those, taking accountability for what I did. Man, I had so many occurrences where I'd wake up and my buddies are all calling me like, "You made an ass of yourself."
Yeah, those nights
You
suck.
need better, and like
Fuck,
you
dude.
need. And I've learned because I used to fight them. I was like, no. I was like, yo, sorry, where were we at? I was getting a call.
No, you're good, dude. Like those nights are like, when you get super hammered.
Oh yeah, I know. And then they talked to me, and I would push back, but then I learned, no, they're right. I overdid it. I fell down on a wheelchair going today.
Yeah, dude, wake up without a fucking tooth. Wake up
Oh
like
man, I definitely when I first was able to stand up, man. I just taking accountability for this. I did, you stumble and I can't even walk, bro. I fell in the laundry room and I was so embarrassed. I was like, trying to hide the bruise from my mouth and stuff from falling flat on my face.
Yeah, dude. Like I don't know, man. There's just so many of those nights. Like I said, like I remember blacking out in, I think it was in Tri-Cities, and then waking up in Pendleton, dude. And like apparently we hit like 5 different parties in between. I don't remember shit.
Man.
I gotta wake up. I'm like, who the fuck are you people? Where the fuck am I at?
Yeah.
And like my one homie that brought me there was like, ass the fuck out in the middle of the front yard or some shit. Like, dude.
Yeah, honestly,
that shit's scary, dude.
And I'll be honest, only time I've ever always gotten far or succeeded with art was when I did not do those substances.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's what's fucked up is like now I realize because if I was to go back and like have none of that shit happen, I wouldn't be as understanding as I am now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
they are necessary.
Oh my god, they are, man. And I'm so like I always say, like, when I meet you, people like you meeting me in I'm trying to be better for myself arc, man.
Yeah.
I wasn't I was a bad guy.
Yeah, there was the arc of like I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, bro.
I want to destroy myself.
It's still there. It's still there. Yeah. You just gotta control it, man.
Yeah. Because that's what because I mean I honestly working a 12-step and like I was going over some of my shit with my sponsor yesterday, dude. And what is crazy is that pretty much it's coming to the realization that those thoughts are always going to be there. We can lessen them, but the thoughts are always going to be there. It's just realizing that we don't have to take action on them. We don't have to react to those thoughts. Like, how many times you especially I had it a lot with a boss. How many times you want to smack that motherfucker across the mouth?
Yeah.
But you don't do that. It's the same shit. Life's getting hard. I'm gonna go get fucking loaded. How about you just don't and not make it 50 times worse? Because that's what I would do.
I'll say this. I'll say what would really help. What I wish was around when I was younger is like first off, like a lot of the young crowds go to shows and stuff, and they become these party cultures, which is true. I was part of it.
Fuck yeah.
I've enabled that. You were part of the scene. You know what's up.
Yep.
For me, being like I knew that that's just not it. I wish there were people like older that were show me different ways of that, and truly were about the music.
Yeah,
it was just back then. It was about let's show with these kids and get them drunk,
Yeah.
And it's like no, dude.
I had homies that were like way older, and I look back and I'm like, what the fuck? Like I'm still homies with a lot of them. Like
it's the same thing.
But it's like
bro.
I look back and I'm like, would I
do
the same
to
thing?
Me?
Yeah, would I do the same thing? Like, nah, dude. I want to go back to fucking. I don't know. I want to go back to that because if I am gonna hang out with somebody that's younger and shit, I'm not like, hey, let's get fucked up. Or even when I was getting fucked up,
definitely.
I would be like trying to tell them like, don't do this.
Yeah, and being a dad too, man. Like I now don't. That's not even in my head unless like, bro, we want to. And honestly, so fulfilling. Just like because I've helped Blackout. They did it on their own. Let me get that straight. All I did was help them any way I could. But these guys fucking took over, and the Strummer was 14 at the time. Having to, like shows are played at house parties and basements, and it's like a culture like. These guys are straight edge, and what I'm really proud of is they've been spreading that culture within, pushing back against, hey, you were from a small town. That will always exist, these parties and these things, but it's always good to have people that rebel against that, man.
Normalizing
not being cool with that. Hey, as a guy that, like I was just saying, I joke around. When you're younger, you could still be straight edge, but when you're my edge, you're a recovering addict. I can't be throwing X's up because I'm I've done, feel you should,
They're the ones that are actually hardcore doing everything.
Yeah, man.
I'd being a bitch and being like, oh, I don't like how this is happening. I'm gonna just fucking get trashed.
Yeah.
Why don't you just fucking man up and deal with it?
Yeah, man, these kids are dealing with and they have to put up with all these things, that are going on. I think,
Dude, for real.
I think it's cool that they stick to their guns. Hey, I hate to say it, but there's a level of movies like Dazed and Confused make that partying thing cool. They go to the fucking, but it would be, there is people that I've seen go to parties that don't do none of that shit.
That's what you're saying. I wish there would have been more dudes because anybody that was from that
our
era, if they got fucking sober or clean or whatever, they got out of the music scene. They didn't go to
be
the
honest,
shows
everyone that I was edge with, they were straight edge. They weren't great influences because when I met them, they had already broken edge, and it was like, oh, okay, so you could have a straight edge tattoo on your neck and be smoking a cigarette and drinking a beer. And I understand, life, but man, when you making that tattoo commitment for that, dude.
Yeah, dude. I know somebody that fucking
talk about. Don't judge a book by its cover, but yeah, one of the images I remember is a guy with drug free on his neck smoking a cigarette.
I just said the drug free, dude. I met a dude who had drug free across his knuckles, and he was like, I kept it because of how it makes me feel stupid because I went to prison for 10 years for doing a bunch of meth and all that. I'm like, God damn, dude. How fucking stupid. That's gotta be a kick in the nuts. Drug free on your motherfucking hands while you're in prison for fucking, selling meth and shit. That's crazy. But that's what I think is cool. I'm noticing a lot more kids that are not about drinking. They're not about doing drugs.
As someone who has a kid and has seen her they think us who hit the Benjamin or smoke weed, they think we're silly. They do. There's a big crowd of them that think we're silly. It's back to, and that I think that's good. I don't think
you want to know something that my kids hit me with, and I was like, wait, what the fuck? Remember when we were I don't know, for me and my group, it was you had to have the low cut socks. Now the kids are that's old people socks, and I have the short ones.
Hire the sock, hire the fool.
Dude,
Counter the fool, hire the fool. Sorry.
Yeah, I fucking had the short socks, and they're like, no, those are old people socks. And I'm like, what the fuck?
Let me see sock trick. I got old people socks.
But no, dude, there's this shit like that that's crazy. I even have homies that were in the gangs and shit. That have I had a couple of them reach out to me and be like, hey, I really appreciate what you're doing. It's inspiring because I'm trying to better my life,
Yeah, man. And
he's some of them were saying I just want to at least get it under control.
Hey, man, and a lot of those people in gangs, man, they get a tough rap because sometimes, man, that's all they got. Or I came here from I didn't learn English until I was in second grade, and just coming down here, those guys know Spanish and they'll talk to you, and so it's I get it, man.
Yeah. And it's the other thing is too, bro. I know motherfuckers that were in areas where the gang is pretty much what took care of the neighborhood.
Yeah.
If you're gonna eat, you're gonna get taken care of. That's how they did it, and that's you got to understand. People have to
Well, that's the community people. Yeah, a community if the police really want to work as what were designed for, they should be community based, which is never the case.
No.
They're just throwing shit at you and arresting you.
Yeah, because that's what sucks too. Is I've met a couple of cops that are actually legit, but then you just in my head, all I ever wonder is how long until this motherfucker's ruined too.
Well, think about the blue line, bro. Sticking up for your homies. These are my homies. I'll stick up for them. I got their back. And so I'm pretty sure they do too. And I respect that, but in a sense, I do not like you guys.
Yeah, dude. I also think there's just a lot more division. I've been studying a lot of these old ass things of I just found out what the fuck the left and the right wing even comes from. Literal at the parliament in France, where it was the right wing was all the conservatives that were and then the liberals wanted to be, they're we're going to liberate all this stuff. We want to be as far away from them as possible in this building. So they're on the left wing, and that's where it comes from. That was fucking 100 years ago, and we're still using that shit.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah. And then think of a lot of the laws were designed to they were racially motivated to keep slaves out of stuff. So man, it's the system. It's built for for people.
Division.
Division. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Division for people
I mean, look at especially learning sociology, dude. You start to realize how unfucking fair it is because you go to this ritzy neighborhood that's got the gated community. That's got this really we've got the best school because the property tax in that area is through the roof. These motherfuckers make millions of dollars. And then you go to somewhere else where it's pretty ghetto. But then how are they gonna have a better life when they don't even have access to get fresh fucking like
And
fruit
usually
and
those
shit?
places are the hubs of culture.
Yeah,
Like honestly, why Walla Walla is struggling, why the wine scene is struggling, is like us locals are tired of that shit.
yeah.
We want real culture, man, and like real culture means like yeah, a scene of music that's created from the people from this town, not going to watch a wine guy. You know
Yeah.
what? Or let us bring culture to the winery, but let's make it even because I feel like they have taken so much from the smaller communities, like, being a musician and stuff. Like, all the money and all the stuff from the city is favored towards helping the wine
Look what they
country.
fucking did for that one concert when
Oh,
they
yeah, yeah.
when,
No, hey, I also did. I did a show. I worked the show, and just seeing the amount of money it takes to pay these guys is like, yo, you could take that money and invest it into these youth. Because right now,
yeah.
yeah, your wine is struggling, and the people that are thriving are the youth right now. I've seen it. I see it all the time, and pretty soon, you got like a DIY music scene. You'll probably have multiple scenes start as long as the culture is freaking organic, man.
Yeah.
You'll see a rap scene. Hopefully that's mingled with the punk scene or whatever scenes there
Yeah,
are.
yeah, yeah. That's all I always thought was fucking cool, dude. Is like there was fuck man, I don't even remember his name. Is in Freewater, dude. They'd have like bands from. If he had that fucking random
It
ass
was
shop.
fun. Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about Rock Out, Camp Out.
Oh, dude, yeah. When they
Well,
would,
like if you think about that, yes, it was wild, but the culture that surrounded that, the bands, it was so organic. I could tell stories about it. People don't believe it. Or Chrysalis.
yeah,
Think
dude.
about Chrysalis, man. Like how,
It was blending like because you could have like punk to like
yeah, we
hardcore
saw
to like
SoundCloud shows there. It was,
yeah, dude. You could have fucking somebody actually rapping and shit. There
yeah.
was no. It didn't matter what. It didn't matter about like being a conformist to this type of music. It was just creating music.
Yeah, which
And
it kind of tends to be right now. I mean, there's not like, but it makes sense. We're a small town. There's not enough space for there to be a goth scene, a rap. I mean, so sometimes you just like, and sometimes monopolies happen because they have the space or
yeah,
like, and which is it's understandable. Like, I don't know, when I worked, like, see, when I worked at Marcy's, I will give it to them that they also, bar bands and stuff, had their own culture. There were two bands that would when I saw their name on Music Tonight, I would face palm, not because of their music, because I was gonna be fucking busy.
yeah.
Like this,
You knew they're gonna bring
yeah,
people.
and that's honestly, that's gone. That
Yeah.
culture's gone. We went to T Post and freaking went and played the nights they played during jam night, and then we'll go to the Eagles and get kicked out of the Eagles. Tell them they're jamming too hard.
They said we're playing too loud, but as loud as everyone
Hey,
else.
our bad.
We'll just
Punk's
keep going.
fucking loud.
We kept going until they turned our mics off. And all
Yeah, and then he's all telling little strummers, "Oh, get the fuck off the mic!" It's like, no, and hey, I think Walla Walla needs that kind of thing.
Shake
And
it up,
yeah,
dude.
I think I was talking about this in the last interview. And like my buddies in Blackout, I'm proud of these guys. I went to Ray's Golden Lion, which is a punk venue, and they do this thing where they have a jam. And as an unk, because I was kind of like the chaperone or the older guy there, as an unk, these guys go into their jam and my ass is clenching so fucking hard. I'm so nervous because they're slamming the guitars on the ground. They're yelling shit in the mic that, like, yeah. And people are taking pictures of it. And, like, I look at the guy that booked them and he's just so proud and happy because he's a punk.
Yeah.
That then I know it's like, see, I have to be scared of music when you're coming up. You should scare the shit out of me. I'm old. I'm like 33, about to be 33. So like art that I like, I have my ideas. I grew up in the SoundCloud era, and I grew up around unks or old heads, we'll say, and like. Dude, I love the SoundCloud. It was like this weird mix of it was saying fuck you to the boom bap.
Yeah.
And it was funny because I was like, see, people would be like, nah, fuck that new shit. Just like how probably people that listen to Steely Dan said, fuck the Ramones.
Yeah, dude, it happens right now. Even like like people are like, oh fuck this new like I don't even know. Just like my kids will put on music and they're expecting me to be like, "No, fuck
Bro,
that."
shout out to Slimy, man. I heard this thing. It sounds like fucking a computer malfunctioning with a guy making moaning sounds. And I was like, the fuck is this? Then a week later, I'm like, I like this.
Yeah, dude. And because if it's something different, bro, if it's shaking, if it's shaking the shit, if it was the same as everything else, nobody's gonna really pay attention to it.
I know, bro.
It becomes
If
mainstream.
someone came out trying to sound like Juice World, it wouldn't do anything because it was Juice World already happened.
Yeah.
You gotta be a version of yourself that's influenced by that.
Yeah, you
Like,
gotta do your own shit.
yeah, man. Like, hey, there is a meta of kids that want to just sound like Suicide Boys, and that's cool. Some of them might get famous, but man, it gets tiring. You know, it's like, do something, dude. Some of these new rappers, because I have been out of the game because I was making like more rock centric music, but getting back into the loop, seeing these like bands, there's like, I think the group's called B6, and like, my God, the stuff they're doing, the beats is honestly would be considered by these old heads horrendous, and I love it.
Yeah,
Like, you know,
it's different. It's shaking it up, dude. That's where for me, I think it's very, very weird. Like, I think we're at that pinnacle point because we're like the same age.
Mhm.
Like, I just turned 32, like, a few months ago. It's like, I feel like we're turning into that pinnacle point where, like, we're not the young ones. I don't know. I felt like that for
I'm
a while.
okay. I like that.
Yeah, I'm not afraid of it. It's just, I don't think that anybody above us at this age when we were younger was like, hey, I can try to
No,
influence
man.
and try to show cool
Exactly,
things.
bro, and that's all I've been about, you know.
They were always hating on us.
Yeah, they were. They would be like, yo, Gil, that shit sounds like ass, too much low end. And like, as an old head unk, when I'm helping the younger bands, bro, I want, because I've been asked, like, oh, what do you want? It's like, honestly, I just want culture. Like, when I saw ASAP Rocky fucking have a pentagram and act like he was black metal, I wasn't like, oh, he's stealing from my favorite genre. I was like, dude, this is cool.
It's blending.
It would, dude, or Odd Future mixing that skate culture with fucking hip hop was like insane. I watched all my friends turn from, oh, we love trash talk, oh, we love this band. No, now we like Tyler the Creator. No, I like Joey Badass, which was like beautiful to see though because you created all these.
I like them because of their fucking. They're not saying anything. Like the rhyme schemes are good, but like they're not. They're literally talking about nothing.
Yeah, no.
And that's what I liked about it, though. It was just a big fuck you.
It was, and that's what punk, really is, or at least alternative culture, I'll call it, because punk, is it's special to people that call punk.
Yeah,
I get that. I'm sorry, Strummer.
He's like, how dare you?
But to me, like as a guy, I grew up as a hip hop kid, and then I cosplayed as a punk because I wanted to be cool so bad, and then it's like, but in heart, yeah, I'm a hip hop kid, and like stuff to me, like, but being in both worlds, it's not different.
Yeah,
it's beautiful. It's like, for me, it's like, in the end, I just hope to see that Walla gets put, like, for real. I want to see Walla put on the map like a Houston or a New York is talking
that'd be
about.
fucking cool,
Or
dude.
California. We don't, right? All we got is Macklemore. No hate to Macklemore. I do like White Walls, but Macklemore's from Seattle.
Yeah, you don't really have a whole lot of cover.
Sir Mix-a-Lot. Shout out Sir Mix-a-Lot.
Well, I mean, you got like Jimi Hendrix, dude.
Okay, yeah, Jimi Hendrix.
You got Hendrix.
I'm talking about like a scene. The last one was grunge.
Yeah.
Last one was grunge.
Yep.
So whether it's hip hop, whether it's punk, when are we gonna have our? I just want to be there for it.
Yeah.
Hey, I was just watching videos. I feel like an unk because I'm always like, I was there, but I'm not mad or sad about it. I was happy. I'm like,
bro. Okay, you bring something up, and I know this is controversial, and I'm gonna be very transparent about why. I did not watch the halftime show, and it's not because of, these fucking singing in Spanish. I know who Bad Bunny is. I've listened to his music. I'm just not really a fan, so then I'm not gonna listen. I didn't listen to fucking Rolling Stones, and they fucking did it either. So I was like, I don't want to listen to that shit.
And
had nothing to do with that. And everybody getting all butthurt over something performing. They hired the motherfucker to do it.
Dude,
he did his job.
I respect anyone who truly wanted to see him, and watch him because they love him and they love the message, truly love the message. But honestly, I've said this from the beginning. I don't give a shit how much you post. Most people posting on Instagram, fuck ice, all this shit, super performative bullshit.
Yeah.
Dude, just fucking show up somewhere of the community and ask them how you could help them. Fucking help. Honestly, fucking go to a Mexican person's work and give them fucking money. Because they're fucking, while you're protesting, they're making your fucking tacos, dude. And like, yeah, dude, because like, honestly, sometimes, yeah, my culture's boiled down to fucking food. It's like, nah, bro, we're much more than that.
I watched a video of this guy, and I get it too, though. He's like, dude, you ask like most like Mexicans and shit about this, they're like, dude, just shut the fuck up about it.
Yeah,
Because
like,
crazy shit that's happening is like, I just want this shit to, like, we're just trying to live, dude.
bro, like Latinx, dude, as a Mexican, don't call me that shit. I'm a Mexican. I don't even like to be honestly called Latino. Latino means Latin American, like Spain.
Yeah,
Like, no, I'm not fucking
that's
from
generic.
Spain. I'm from fucking Mexico, dude.
Yeah, it's
like,
yeah.
well, okay, I'm from Brownsville, Texas, 15 minutes away from Matamoros, man. Like, I'm from that's where I grew up there for years before I came down here. And then I had to learn this language.
Yeah, yeah, dude. Yeah, when people are like, oh, I've heard people say it's not okay to say Mexican, dude. I'm like, what the fuck?
That's not a bad word. I'm a
What are you
fucking
gonna tell 'em?
Mexican, dude.
Yeah,
You know, just like I don't like Hispanic either. It has spick in it.
yeah.
Hey, I'm a diva.
Yeah, dude. Well, okay, I have my kid's mom trying to tell me like, oh, because I'm a quarter Hawaiian, so I just say like, tell my kids like about their
And
heritage.
of course, respect anyone what they want to be called. But me personally, I'm Mexican.
Yeah.
I'm a Bina.
Well, I told my kids like, yeah, like, you know, we're Hawaiian. She's like, no, you're Pacific Islander. I'm like, are you fucking like that's broad. We're not from Palau. We're not from fucking, you know what I mean? We're not from Tonga. We're not from Samoa. Their fucking great grandmother is from Hawaii. Hawaii, like
Yeah.
a specific fucking island. What the fuck are you gonna? That's no, you can't say I'm
Man,
an American
you know,
from
yeah.
Oregon.
I just think
Shut up.
about like when I started working at Marcy's, like being asked by and this happened to me and Ishi too, but like when I started working at Marcy, someone asked me, "What are you?" I'm a fucking human.
Yeah.
It's like what am I?
The fuck
I'm
is
a
the
fucking guy. I'm a human. What do you? No, they were. I'm Mexican, motherfucker.
Yeah.
What are you? It's like I'm a human, dude. What, you think I'm a dog? You want me to bark?
Dude, the shit that I always got was fucking hilarious, dude. It's like when somebody comes up and they start like, they're like trying to like, it's a white motherfucker that doesn't speak Spanish, trying to speak broken Spanish to somebody, and then they're like, they don't even speak Spanish. And they're like, what are
Yeah.
you doing, dude? Like, what the
You know,
fuck
man.
is that? Like, that's racist as shit. It's like, just, hey, you know, like some of the best, my favorite conversations are the broken English and Spanish conversations. Because my cousin was like, you know, they never said lawnmower. But yeah, because there's not a word for lawnmower. That's why they say you cut the grass.
Yeah,
You know,
you
the
cut the
machine to cut the grass. Because they don't have a word for that. I love the hand gestures and the communication. That shit is the fucking funnest.
Yeah.
Because they're like, it's a lot of eye contact. Like, facial expressions and looking at each other like, do you get what the fuck I'm saying? I don't get what the fuck you're saying. Like,
Yeah.
those are like fun to me. But that's how people are too racist about that shit. They can't, oh, we're different. Go to the fucking South. If I was a Louisiana, I would not know what the fuck they're saying.
Even like, yeah, because I grew up here. I grew down there, but when I went up, growing up here and then going back to Mexico and some of the cultures, I'm like, holy shit, dude! Like they told me to take my shoes off and stuff,
Yeah.
because they're gonna rob me.
You can't wear that shit because they know you're going to be a target.
They know you have money.
When I got told that I have an accent when I was down in Alabama.
Okay.
And it was an old black dude. He's
Yeah.
like, you know, he's like, I like your accent. I'm like, what?
No, you do.
Yeah, but to that, we do. It's
Yeah. I think when I think about it, like we're here together so much, no one notices it.
yeah, dude. I don't know. It's so weird how we try to like just because of small little differences, do we have to try to segregate everything?
Yeah.
All just human, dude. We're all just trying.
We're just all trying to chill.
Yeah,
We
dude.
came here to chill.
And that's what I like about art when it makes people kind of wake up.
Art is
It's a
honestly, I always ask like, what is art? It's many things, but one thing it is for sure it brings people together.
Yeah.
It fucking does, and
I
that's
like it when it opens my mind of like, you know, maybe, you know, it kind of makes you step back, like whether it be any kind of art, whether it be like music, you know, drawing,
Yeah.
like anything like that can
honestly,
make you
there's
stop
this
for a second and step back.
there's this artist that does like dance and like, yeah, it's really visceral, very challenging for me as a viewer, and I think it's one of my favorite artists right now in Walla Walla. Aside, you know, from when I'm thinking of like artists in a broad sense, because like, of course, when it comes to draftsmanship, I have my other, but yeah, like art is not just drawing and painting, and it took me a while to understand.
Life is art.
Life is art, bro. honestly, an entire person's life is art. I think the greatest art pieces are people like Andy Kaufman and David Bowie who make their own personas. But when they went at home, they were just Dave or
Yeah,
just
dude.
like,
Yeah. I always think about with that too is like thinking about like pro wrestlers.
Oh, fuck yeah. That's one of my biggest influences,
Like-
bro. It's like a musician and
Like,
artist.
like,
It's all fucking fake, but
Yeah.
you never break kayfabe.
yeah, dude, like Brooke Hogan, whatever. I think that's who it was. No. It was Rowdy Piper's daughter. Like, on TV, he's just mean, fucking,
Mhm.
Rowdy Piper. When he came home, he's just dad.
Yeah.
Like that's a character they created.
Yeah.
I remember the first time I was a kid, I found out that Hulk Hogan's name was Terry Bollea.
Yeah. Oh, damn. You just schooled me.
Dude, okay, do you want to know what Shawn Michaels' real name is? He has the best fucking name ever. His name is Sean Hickenbottom.
Oh, I think I've heard that.
What the fuck, dude? That's a badass last
They
name.
should have gone by that.
Yeah, dude. I don't know.
I mean, we are all playing characters, and I love it. I think let's play pretend. I think it's always like honestly adults. Like to me, art is like a playground, bro. Like it's one place where an adult and you guys could play. Like you could play with ideas that exist, and no one. It should be a safe space where no one's like attacking anyone about the.
Yeah, and that's the problem. Some people use that.
It's a battle zone.
Yeah, it is a straight up war zone. All right, brother. Like I said, I definitely want to get Blackout. I mean, I have the majority of you guys here right now. I want to get you guys on though, and actually do like a Blackout episode.
I don't know. We'll see. I got a pretty giant vaporwave project. It's Lord the Green Man and the Internet Quartet called Computer Theater because it's all fake. It's all pretend. First off, shout out Paul. These guys are Paul Punk Alliance of Walla Walla. Shout out Pins and Needles. If you need any shirts from bands or a CD, go to Pins and Needles for sure. Shout out Kyla. Shout out Ashton. Shout out Happy NES, the homie shop, dude. Happy NES. Go get your games. Go get some games. You guys got anything you want to shout out?
Rodney Outlaw, shout out Common Folk.
Yup, Common Folk, Rodney Outlaw.
Shout out Studios P.
Oh yeah, shout out Studios P. Shout out. Oh, there's a joke. Oh.
He's like, no,
hey, shout out Ormel Chili, watching you.
Oh my god. All right, man. Like I said, we'll get you and Jill on here too, bro. We'll get fucking Swordfish Perfume. All right, man. Thank you.